Hey y'all, I am back. Yes, you are seeing this correctly. A Shera goddess is on her channel. Yes, if you are one of the lucky ones that are here and are catching this live, congratulations. Welcome to the channel. So, I'm gonna let y'all get in here, but in the meantime, I'm gonna tell you about my new perfume, Love Potion number 7. Okay, so a lot of you have already gotten your hands on Love Potion number 7, and I thank you so much. If you haven't gotten your hands on Love Potion number 7, the link is here. It's linked. It's the second link in the description, and I am linking here at the top of the live stream questions and comments. Get your hands on it. So we're going to get into it. Y'all have been asking me to come on this channel. Here I am. Do not ask me SheraSeven questions or I will go back to the other channel. All right. Let them know in the comments so they don't ruin it for everyone. I put my name on the screen so you know exactly which channel you're on. If you ask me a SheraSeven question, I'm going back to the SheraSeven channel. You understand? All right. Let's get it on. Now, sprinkle, sprinkle. Let's get it on with the perfume. Y'all put it in your cart. It's linked at the top and in the second link in the description. So we're going to talk about my new perfume and then we're going to get into the topic at hand. So we're going to talk about the magical essence of my perfume. All the notes and ingredients that's going to help you in life. So we have Love Potion number 7 by Dust Free Limited, of course. Okay, we're going to go through the notes. Okay. The first note on this is vanilla. And if you know anything about magic and spirituality, you know vanilla symbolizes warmth, comfort, purity, nostalgia, childhood memories, passion. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We also have coffee as one of the notes. Okay, now coffee, you understand, is intellect, creativity. Yes. Revolution. It also represents connection and intimacy. Okay. That's why it's in Love Potion number 7. It also represents luxury because it's a luxury item. Coffee. Okay. Also, cinnamon. Y'all know cinnamon. Prosperity, passion, love. Okay. Ginger, vitality, wealth, warmth, protection, coziness, and also passion. Okay. Tonka beans, luck, love, and prosperity and protection. That good love and protection. All right. So when you're wearing this, it's literally a love spell and a love potion all in one. You got all the things. Okay. The tonka bean and the aroma of the vanilla-like aroma is linked to Venus. Okay. The musk, the skin musk scent that's in here, is a truth, inner purity, and divine presence, transformative power. Also luxury and resilience. Okay. It's giving you divine essence, goddess-like qualities. Okay. Then we have the white floral, which is like a jasmine, which is purity. It's also love, depth, passion. Okay. Beauty. All right. Remember that. We have the pralines, which is a candy, which is sweetness. Okay. It's indulgence. Also linked to New Orleans, which is very magical in itself. It's giving luxury, indulgence, love, protection, and prosperity. So y'all put this in your carts. Definitely go to dustfree.shop. I'm going to link it here. And get your perfume before it sells out, ladies. Okay. We made this. We spent the year on this. So put that in your cart. Appreciate you. Oh dear, we're getting texts. All right. All right, so let's talk about what we're talking about. Confusion is a form of magic. If someone is trying to confuse you, it's not by accident. All right? It's on purpose because people know exactly what they're doing. If you're getting unclear answers, if you're getting mixed signals from anyone, they're trying to confuse you because it's a way to deter you, to discourage you, to have you question yourself, to have you doubt, cause confusion, lower your frequency so that you're susceptible to believing anything. Okay. So remember, if someone causes confusion, it is a form of magic. And this is why when people seek clarity, if you have to continuously seek clarity from someone, they're not in your best interest, whether it's a job, whether it's a coworker, whether it's a family member, whether it's a person you're in a relationship with, whoever. Confusion is a form of energy siphoning. Okay. Been bringing my old videos. Thank you, girl. They hit harder now. Well, I'm glad you find them valuable. So I lift them up. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. So confusion is an energy siphon. Repeat after me. Confusion takes your energy because you're sitting there thinking, wondering, backtracking, trying to figure stuff out, wasting your time, wasting your energy. It is a distraction. Okay. It is a form of doubting yourself, causing yourself to question yourself. And that in itself is a negative form of energy siphoning from someone and also trying to break you down. All right. So when you have to ask questions and you have to ask too many questions, it's time to stop talking and start focusing back on yourself and back on what's beneficial to you instead of what's confusing to you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How do you stop it? You don't focus on it anymore. You refocus on something that is beneficial and that is full of clarity. Okay. You stop focusing on it. You ignore it. You don't give it any energy at all. Okay. That's how you stop it. I'm sorry. Bye-bye. I don't care. I don't care. Stay unbothered. Okay. Want to ask wealth question. The reason Elon Musk has become so wealthy that he doesn't see his work as just money because he has a creative mindset. Okay. Yes. When you are already rich, you don't work for money anymore. Okay. It's like when you're hungry, you eat to solve that hunger. When you're full or when you're not hungry, you eat for pleasure, right? And taste. When you're full, you eat out of greed. Okay. When you want to create a new dish, when you're a foodie and you want to, make something that hasn't been made before, a new taste, a new flavor, then you're creative because you have the tools, you're not hungry. Now it's an art form. Now it's a pleasure. You know what I mean? So when people get rich, they're no longer in survival mode. When they have all the money in the world, they know they're no longer greedy. Now they want to create and solve things. It's more of a creative thing. It's like if you have everything you've ever wanted, every tool at your hand, it's like you become a creator. You don't focus on the money anymore. You focus on the creation. So when you're rich and out of survival mode, that's how you get there. If you want to get rich, you need to focus on something that you like doing. Your frequency is going to take you there faster than your, need, because need is lack. It's going to take you there faster than just thinking about the money alone. You got to think about what it is that the money is offering. Freedom, the ability to create, the ability to do whatever you want, more time spent with people you like, more time doing what you like. You got to focus on the goals of the money. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate you. Okay. So yes, we got to focus on the goals. And if anything confuses you, if even your own goals confuse you, you need to reassess and work on what you can do. Some of y'all be trying to do too much at the same time, and y'all can't focus on something and get one thing done. So I suggest what's most important, you need to do that. What's most important to you at the time, that's what you need to focus on. Everything else, if you can multitask, wonderful, great. If you can't, you need to focus on what you want right now and what's the most important and what's most beneficial to you. Okay, so let's go back to what we were talking about. If they confuse you, if anything confuses you, it's not worth it, and it's a magical siphon. Okay. When you study, when you learn, when you read, when you do your research, you're gathering knowledge, you're gaining knowledge. And so anything that is made on purpose to confuse you, if you can't figure it out with the knowledge that you've gained, then let it go. It's not worth your time or energy, okay? Sometimes it's just a distraction and a way to siphon your energy, like literally. No confusion. We don't care enough. If it's not beneficial, we don't care about it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. How are y'all today? I'm on this channel. Yay. I know it's been a while. I'm glad y'all are here. Okay, wonderful. And if y'all missed it, rewatch the video. I described my new perfume and all the notes and the scents on, how they correlate magically. So watch the beginning of the video if y'all missed that. All right. I appreciate you guys being here. So thank y'all so much. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So yes, we are here on this channel. Confusion is a form of magic meant to distract you and siphon your energy. So I know a lot of y'all are told things, are told to believe things that causes you confusion, or you choose to confuse yourself because you don't want the answer or you don't like the answer. So sometimes you will confuse your own self because you don't like what's happening. Sometimes you will confuse your own. You will ask yourself questions that don't need to be asked because you already know the answer. So sometimes you're confusing yourself if you don't accept what is and look for solutions for it. Okay. I know a lot of people do this. Instead of looking for solutions, some people cause confusion in their own lives so they can find a reason to not focus on the solution. Some people self-sabotage, and some people are their own worst enemies. So that's also another thing. So remember that sometimes you can be so spiritual that you will self-sabotage yourself instead of moving forward. Okay. You're not looking at the mirror. You're looking for reasons to not look into the mirror. Okay. So sometimes it can be just you confusing yourself. You don't even know it. So instead of, if you find yourself questioning things over and over and over about what you're doing and what you're doing and deciding to do, you need to find out what's beneficial and move forward instead of continuously questioning yourself or confusing yourself or doubting yourself. You need to stop it and move forward because you're doing that to yourself. And sometimes it doesn't even take another person on the outside. It's just you, literally. Okay. So if you're in that cycle of self-doubt, confusing yourself over and over, second guessing yourself, you need to either move forward or let it go. Okay. Move forward or let it go. Don't sit there in a circle confusing yourself even further. If you're afraid to move forward, then get up and focus on something different. Okay. That's usually an indicator when people say, oh, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do. Get up and go do something different. Come back to it later. Okay. Some of the advice that a lot of people give, if you can't solve your problem, go help someone else with their problem. And by the time you're finished helping someone else with their problem, you'll have the solution to yours. Okay. Or go focus on an entirely different issue and then come back to it later. You're not stuck. You just need to focus on something different until you figure it out. But don't waste your time saying you're stuck, because all you're doing is furthering, putting yourself in that cycle, saying it out loud or saying it to yourself. Don't do that. Switch it up. Okay. All right. Stop doubting yourself. What you tell yourself and how you question yourself, that's how you're going to move. That's how your mind is going to create self-doubt and confusion. You don't want that. You want clarity, confidence, and to know who you are and what you're doing. All right. That's what you got to do. You said you also start getting confusion when you achieve great things. Yes, you are confused as to why things are happening for you. Is it real? Da, 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 da. Yes, it's real. If you manifested it, it is real. Accept it. Move on. Accept it and move on. Don't question it. Keep going. Appreciate your answers and knowledge. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. Yeah. Don't question stuff. Accept it if it's positive and keep it moving and accept it. It's abundance. You've manifested it. Keep it moving. Don't question it, because you're questioning your own skills. You're questioning your own ability to manifest. Stop doing that. If you said it and it happened, be happy. Move on. Okay. Accept it. It's confidence booster. Stop overthinking. I promise you, it's wasting time and energy. Keep stepping and move forward. Keep stepping and move forward. You deserve it. Last week, a client was deliberately trying to confuse you and give in. Oh, okay. Well, then hopefully you got away from him or that person. I don't know if it's a him or a her, but hopefully you got away from that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So there, a lot of people don't realize this, but people know how to trigger you because of how much you talk. All right. A lot of people love to play a victim, love to say people did something to them or caused them this or caused them that, but you also cause your own downfall by talking too much, telling people too much, and not focused on yourself enough. Okay. That goes for any situation. So trusting too much. Remember, if you are so powerful, if you are so smart, if you are so spiritual, why do you need to do all of that? Why do you seek approval from other people if you're so powerful? Why do you have to tell everybody your stuff if you're so great and grand? Action speaks louder than words, for sure. So learn to walk in your power and have your own confidence, because the more ammunition you give to people, the more they're going to try to use it against you. Okay. And the more they're going to try to confuse you with your own information. So don't do it, ladies. Don't do it. Thank you. I appreciate you. What? You said you just deserve, you just believe you deserve bad things. Well, that's what you're going to get. Okay. You're a self-sabotager. You're an example of what not to be. Sometimes people need to see that so they don't do that. And when you don't want to be an example anymore, you'll change the way you think. All right. We all have free will. That's what you freely want to believe. So when you feel like you want to change that mindset, you will. Until then, you're just going to be an example of what not to do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Sometimes you're just the example until you figure it out. Okay. You might help other people by being something that they don't want to be. Until you don't want to be it no more. Until you choose to help yourself. That's all you can do. There are so many spiritual paths with someone. How it's going someone about pick one. Don't pick one, pick yourself. You are a spiritual path. You, period. You create everything that you want. You create your own morals, your own values, your own belief system, your own goals, whatever. How do you think spiritual paths or religion got created? Somebody made them. Make your own. Have a personal spiritual path that you create on your own. If you like groupthink, be the leader of it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you like groupthink, be the leader of it. If you're a follower, find something that resonates with you the most. That's it. Some people are leaders, some people are followers. Some people are creators. Some people just like to follow orders and rules and have something already in place. So which one are you? You can be all of them. You can start off learning, understanding certain things, and then create your own from it later. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a student at one point. Everybody's a student all the time. But what are you learning and what are you doing with the knowledge? Okay. Could you talk about esoteric blinds or how some texts are written to be confusing? Text, like you mean like someone texting you on the phone or books? Like text messaging. Let me read what you wrote. So if you're talking about text messaging, oh, you mean books? Okay. If you understand symbolism, you can decipher them texts. Okay. You got to understand symbolism. People speak in code and in symbol. So if you want to understand certain things, not on the mundane level, but on a deeper spiritual level, you got to learn symbolism. That's it. You got to learn symbolism. And you don't have to memorize symbolism. You can Google symbolism. You can get a book on symbolism as a reference. You don't have to be all knowing. That's what books and the internet are for. Okay. So symbolic meanings of certain words and certain things will help you to decipher what it is you're reading. Okay. Thank you. How do you undo self-hate programming? That's a good question. If you hate yourself, it's because someone taught you to do that. And you can reteach yourself to love yourself. You can reteach yourself to appreciate yourself, put all the energy towards yourself, say no to anything that's not beneficial to yourself, become all about you. You are your greatest project. You are your greatest work. Okay? Focus on you. You can't hate something that you're focused on all the time. You just can't do it. You can't hate something that you're putting all your energy and efforts into. You just can't. You can't hate something that you're constantly always trying to improve each day. You just can't. Okay? You can't hate something, or you can't hate yourself if all your energy is going towards yourself. You can't hate yourself if you wake up every morning and decide to better yourself. You just can't do it. It doesn't work that way. So you need to focus on you and put all your energy into making yourself who you want to become. That's it. If you can't do that, then practice every day trying to do it until you can. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What if we're programmed to be good always and feel bad when we say no? Because you're programmed to be stupid. Okay, so unprogram yourself by choosing you instead of them. That's it. I choose me. Say that every day when you wake up. I choose me. If it don't make me happy and if it don't benefit me, the answer is no. I am not a people pleaser anymore. They are here to please me. So flip the script, baby. Flip the script. Reprogram yourself every morning when you wake up. Flip the script. If they're not here to please me and if they're not here to benefit me, dismissed. Learn how to be the villain. They will not ask you for nothing no more. I can't ask her for nothing. She's going to say no. They're going to be the last. You're going to be the last person they come to because you choose you. All right. Be the last person someone asks something for. They already know not to ask me. Because I'm going to tell them no with no other reason, with no excuse. The answer is no, because I said no. You don't like it, go ask somebody else. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. Goodbye. Even if it's family, yeah, even if it's family. I'm sorry, I'm busy. I'm sorry, find someone else to do it. I'm sorry, it's going to be a no. I'm sorry, I'm already unavailable for that. I can't do it. Just can't. If I wasn't here, what would you do? Exactly. Go do that then. I'm going to say no because I don't care enough. You know why? Because when you choose you and you start to treat yourself good, other people will respect you. They don't respect you if they can't take no for an answer. Let me tell you one more time. If they cannot take no for an answer, they do not respect you. Do you want to walk around and as a woman who is not respected in your own family? Demand your respect. Okay, stop being a people pleaser. Tell them out of your own words. If you cannot take no for an answer, you do not respect me. Do you respect me? Then take no for the answer. Goodbye. No is a complete sentence. That's all you need to know. And walk away and go busy yourself with something beneficial. You said you feel guilty for trying to love yourself? Like I'm a narcissist? Okay, let me tell you something about the word narcissist. Do you know narcissist, when they fell in love with themselves? Narcisse, the god, when they fell in love with self, they became a god. They were just a mortal man admiring themselves, putting all their energy into themselves, reflecting upon themselves. And guess what? When they became one, when he fell into the reflection and gained control of his emotions, because I'm decoding it for you, the story of Narcisse. He became a god, just like you are become a goddess if you are one with yourself and understand who you are. All right? It's called self-love, not being someone's doormat, okay? That's all you gotta do. Choose you and don't feel guilty about it because they're not gonna choose you. You're gonna walk around not choosing yourself every day and people pleasing people that don't even like you or respect you. Well, that's something that you need to work on. You need to choose yourself and stop caring what people think. And reprogram your mind to understand the true story and the symbolism of the stories that the name narcissist is even based on. You got to go back and reach all the way back to the actual story. Some people use the word narcissist and don't even know where the name came from. Y'all got to go back and do your homework. You notice this energy siphoning is happening to your provider husband. His work is lowering his vibration and causing stress. He is trying to get to the next level for our family. Can I help? How can I help? You need to suggest he have a side hustle and start a side business and put some savings aside to have another stream of income. Okay. In this day and age, you need more than one stream of income because a job is not a guarantee. It's temporary until they find someone else or if they can't perform the job description anymore. So I suggest figuring out what type of business y'all could start or he could start or what he already got right now, his skills, his knowledge, and his time. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, let me read this. Was making fun of your morning ritual skincare, your old videos and candles, so I dumped him because I know only Dust hates your content. Girl, not everybody's supposed to know everything about you. That's another thing. Y'all be telling people too much. They know too much. They know that you watch me. That's too much information already. You know what I mean? Some things are just for you. Revealing your hand and your cards to other people is always a bad choice. Okay? So, your next boyfriend doesn't need to know anything about what you watch, who you listen to, or anything. They don't need to know none of it. Okay? You need to keep some things private, man. Not everything is for everyone's knowledge, and y'all are going to learn that as you get older. Some stuff is not meant for everybody to know, especially people that don't like you, aka the dudes y'all are dealing with. Mm-hmm. Okay. Leave that stuff private. Don't tell them what you're doing. They don't need to be part of that. That is your time. That is your sacred ritual that you do. And he just needs to not be a part of it. He doesn't even need to witness it, darling. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. What do you think of the old method is so powerful and effective for manifesting? Girl, you can manifest with anything, darling. Some people with no lower half torso can manifest. It's all about your intention. Your intention. A lot of people like to focus manifestation on things that they like to do. But no matter what, your intention, your words that you speak, and the understanding of what it is that you're doing also quantumly is what's going to push it even further. Okay. So you can use any method that you like and it's going to work. Okay. You can use any method, your imagination, your O method, whatever, writing things down, using any sort of technique. It's going to work if your intention is there, you know? So either way you do it, it's going to work. It's going to work if either way. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Can I talk about cooking magic? Yeah. Intention, ingredients, symbolism. It all goes together. Sprinkle, sprinkle. 2026 is the year of the Flaming Horse, and Beyonce's October 3rd album is Flaming Horse cover. Can't wait for the be released. Yes. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A horse. Yes. If you also notice, it was a big year for Ralph Lauren Christmas, and their symbol is a horse, a polo player on a horse. So you're the horse. Let's get it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Hermes is also very equestrian. Polo is also very equestrian. You're going to see a lot of Hermes and Ralph Lauren because of the horse. You mentioned before that spells are just subliminal messages to your subconscious. How do you work? How does it work when it's magic for other people, like a binding? Okay, so in your mind, you're creating your future in your mind. Okay, so if you bind someone in magic, you're using that on yourself, not on them. It's on you. So your subconscious is being programmed that you are bound to this person, right? So when you do the magical spell to bind someone, you're subliminally programming yourself to do every action in order to convey to them subliminally and consciously that they are bound to you. You're going to say certain words that you might not have said. You're going to do certain things that you might not have done. And it's going to trigger them to thinking that they can't go anywhere. They can't do anything. It's you. You are going to set the intention. You are going to send the message subconsciously because you did the spell. Okay? That's it. It's all subconscious. It's all subliminal. It's all frequency. You said SHERA does that. All right. Well, I'm glad you think so. He said, how do you update your money bowl? I update my bank account now, baby. My money bowl is my bank account, darling. Upgrade yours to your bank account. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Good. If you have a money bowl, keep using the money bowl until your money bowl becomes your bank account, darling. Thank you, girl. Do I think people are born with a gift, for example, an already activated third eye? Do you think that person can activate it on their own? I think a person is focused. If a person is focused on something enough, they can do whatever they need to do. Some people are more focused than others. Some people are naturally more focused than others and don't know that they're focused at all. Some people are more imaginative than others. Some people are more skeptical than others. Some people are more interested in certain things more than others, and that's going to lead them to exactly where they go. Some people are drawn to magical things naturally. Some people are not. They have to work on it, So it just depends. Some people have a natural talent towards things. Some people have to learn it. Some people, it's in their DNA and in their bloodline from their parents or their grandparents and their ancestors. Just all of it combined, it may be more gifted than the next person. But that doesn't mean you can't learn and also, have those types of skills. Thank you, girl. The year of the horse is Chinese astrology. Yeah. I know some people don't even know that. They just be saying, oh, it's the year it is. They don't even know that it's Chinese astrology. Okay. What could be the reason for delayed manifestation? You might have manifested not to manifest it and you don't even remember. But sometimes that happens. Okay, so for example, let's say you're manifesting something, right? I don't know. Let's say you're manifesting something, but before you manifested that, you manifested something else that doesn't go together with it. Whichever one you wanted to manifest the most is going to win because that's the most intention and that's the most energy you put behind it. So, for example, let's say you manifested something. I want my no harm. But let's say you're manifesting something else. And if that manifestation should come true, it may be harmful to your loved ones. So therefore, you need to reassess what it is you're manifesting so that it all works in harmony together. Okay? So think about it like that. I know some people charge a lot of money for this type of information. They do master classes and all this kind of stuff. They're going to tell you the same thing I'm telling you for free. So reassess, remanifest, all to work in harmony. That's what you need to do. Okay? You need to reword your manifestation, whether you're writing it down, doing spell work for it, or whatever. You need to reword it to harmonize with everything else in your life. Okay? Why do you always assume bad things are going to happen? Because you're a bad example of what not to do. You're actually a good example of what not to do. You're manifesting bad in your life because you don't see anything good. Go around everyone who has everything that they want. Get your bag, get your keys, get in your car and go drive to the side of town. Go to the rich side of town, like I said, tell people, and see everybody who got everything they want. Do they look any more special than you? No. Well, why do they deserve it and you don't? Why do good things happen to them and not to you? Because they're living in abundance. They know abundance. They're not expecting bad things. That's why bad things aren't happening so much, right? Because every day they wake up, they're not looking for the bad. They're looking for the good. Okay? So start looking for the good when you wake up. Every morning you wake up, look for something good. Look for something meaningful. Look for something beneficial. Don't expect bad. Look for good. Seek good. Seek and you shall find. Stop expecting. I don't expect nothing. I look for what I want. Okay? I look for money. I look for abundance. Where is that, baby? I don't expect anything. I go and make my life happen by seeking out what it is that I want to see in my life, by creating what it is I want to see in my life. I don't let or expect anything. I create. So shift your mindset, take your power, and stop sitting there expecting. People that sit around and expect are not go-getters. They sit back and expect the worst because they're not doing anything. They sit back and expect the worst because they're not looking at anything beneficial. Okay? Replace anything that's non-beneficial in your life with things that are beneficial in your life, and maybe your mindset will change. Some of y'all's lives are filled with non-beneficial beings, non-beneficial habits, non-beneficial everything. And y'all sitting here looking for something good to happen. You got to change. You got to make that change. All right. Wonderful. Get around some positive people and some beneficial things and people. You'll be fine. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So your diet has a lot to do with your manifestation. Well, if you think so, great. If you don't, I mean, if you're not feeling your best, change your diet, of course, if that helps. But focus on what's beneficial instead of all the negativity. It's not going to get you nowhere. It's not giving you no money. Okay. Start with a woman in the mirror. That's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, we're on a Shera Goddess channel. Let's focus on this. Okay. If you're going to ask me SheraSeven questions, we're going to turn it off and go over there. All right. Do better. Okay. Do better, y'all. Don't ask me about your dust over here. So, do I still practice spells? Well, I do have a love potion that is available if you do want to purchase this love potion perfume. If you go to the beginning of the video, I list out all the notes and their magical properties of love potion number 7. So you can rewatch the video, but also get your hands on this. It's linked. It's the second link in the description bar, and I'll link it here. Make sure you get your love potion number 7 before it sells out. Okay, I'll pick that up. All right. How to get over betrayal so quickly. You know what? You need to ask yourself how you played a part in the betrayal, and then you need to fix everything that you did that you shouldn't have done. And then you need to learn the lesson from that, and you need to move on. Okay? That's it. If you allow people to betray you, they will, especially if they don't like you. So you need to take full responsibility for your part in the betrayal. You need to see what you did wrong, see what not to repeat, see where the red flags were that you missed. And then you need to say goodbye to that person forever, or make them pay you a huge lump sum for fake forgiveness. And you need to move forward. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because if you don't look and see your part in it, you're doomed to repeat it. It's going to happen again and again and again. Then you're going to be like, oh, what was me? I'm the victim. No, you were too stupid to go and take accountability for the part you played in it and understand what you did and not to repeat it. So that's a gift right there. Just remember, it's no longer a matter after a while. Exactly. And a lot of times people ignore red flags because some people cause confusion, so they do ignore red flags. That's another thing. People will cause you confusion so you don't see the obvious. And when you see someone causing confusion, pause. Go look at everything. Don't miss anything. You know what I'm saying? See why they're causing confusion. Say, okay, you're causing confusion as a distraction. Why are you trying to distract me? What is it that you're trying to accomplish that you don't want me to understand? Okay, pause and think. If they're trying to confuse you for no reason, it is a distraction. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You don't think about people enough to care. Me neither, girl. But some people do, so we got to help them. All right. And they too will get to this point eventually. Mm-hmm. They too will get to that point eventually. Okay. So you said politicians cause confusion. Exactly. Because they're distracting you from everything they trying not to do or trying to do. That's why it's fun. It's comedy to me. Politics are comedy to me. I don't even take nothing seriously on the news. I used to be laughing. Y'all crazy. You know, I just laugh. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. How clever of them to say that. That doesn't make sense and causes confusion. Oh my gosh, people arguing about a confusing statement that was meant to confuse and cause argument. How interesting. Wonderful. Y'all are very skilled at causing confusion. I'll give it up to you. All right. You said confusion is one of the 48 laws of power. Exactly. So don't let it be used on you or to deplete you. Okay. Don't do it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Karma spares no one. Karma is not real unless you believe in it. Mm-hmm. Yes. It is from a religion. And if you are not of that religion and you do not believe anything from that religion and you create your own spiritual path and that is not a part of it, then it does not exist. Not in your frequency. So, only for some people that believe in it, yes. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How did you learn to stop caring? I've refocused everything back to myself. And if it's not beneficial, it's a no. All right. If it's not beneficial for me or my future offspring or my children who were or used to be my future offspring, now they actually are my offspring. If it's not good for me or them or their future offspring, the answer is no. The answer is, I don't think so. The answer is bypass. Okay. That's how. So, if it's not beneficial to us, the answer is no. If it's not beneficial to us, we don't need to be worried about it or care about it. All right. Why? Because it's a waste of time and a waste of energy. How to stop feeling guilty for practicing witchcraft. Okay, go practice patriarchal religion that's made to make you feel guilty for practicing something that's natural and already within you. Okay. Most religions are based on pagan religions or pagan beliefs or nature. They're just rewording it and symbolizing it into patriarchy. So, religion is confusion, honestly. So, if you practice witchcraft, you're practicing programming or reprogramming your subliminal mind to what it is you want to create. You become a creator. You take control of the direction of your life. Religion is begging for someone to help you and following rules under a patriarchy in order to get some type of brownie points to the hereafter. So that depends on what religion you're doing. It's not anything wrong with doing what you want to do. You have free will. Religion is created by man. Okay? Patriarchy created religion. So, most people turn to witchcraft when religion fails them or when it exploits them. Why? Because that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to exploit you, to keep you in line, and to keep you powerless. Now, it also has a good side to it. I'm not going to dog religion. Religion is sometimes for those people who can't get out of their own way, who feel so much guilt that they need some outside external force to give them permission to accept them and to forgive them, because they can't forgive themselves. They can't love themselves enough, and they don't feel accepted of themselves. So a lot of people look outside of self because they can't look inside. You understand? So they need outside validation from someone. And since they don't have it within, that's what religion is for. Let's say you've done something so terrible that you cannot forgive yourself. So what do you need to do? You can't forgive yourself, so what do? You go find something else to forgive you so that you are validated for forgiving. You need permission to forgive yourself outside external force. That's what religion is. And then it turned into something that can also control you and cause you more guilt in order to control you. So if you understand who you are, you take control of your life in the first place, and you make conscious decisions based on what's beneficial to you and your future offspring. You'll less likely make dumb decisions, make stupid mistakes that you obviously cannot forgive yourself from, because you'll be thinking as an individual for you and your future offspring, instead of making decisions out of reaction, instead of making decisions out of, confusion, and so on and so forth. You will have taken charge of your own life, and you will have less regrets when you do so. Okay? So if you need religion, it's probably because of those reasons. Okay? So understand yourself and know thyself, darling. Know thyself. Okay. Know thyself, darling. Because if you know yourself, you know exactly how you're going to react, how you're not going to react, what you going to do, what you ain't going to do. There's no need to have someone telling you what to do or trying to control you, because you can already do that for yourself. Okay. Why is a lot of people finding Jesus all of a sudden in the chat? In this chat? Know thyself so the power stays within, not without. Exactly. You was raised in a cult, and you're very giving away. You're never giving your power away again. You shouldn't. Take it all back. Take all your power back, baby. And remember, anything that causes confusion or for you to doubt yourself is not for you. Not for your benefit. Religion is a pathway to access God, not to get higher, because I realize that not humans are trustable, and hence I put it on God. Okay, yeah, you put it on an external force, not within yourself. Okay, so when you know thyself, let me tell you something about that. And you can believe in whatever you want, that's fine. But when you know thyself, you understand that you are not trustable either. Therefore, anyone outside of you is also not trustable. All right? If you have to create an external being that is trustable, that doesn't exist, that cannot betray you, go ahead, right ahead, baby. If that's hope. That's the hope. All right? It's literally saying, I trust the universe. I trust an outside external force. But see, what happens is when things don't go your way, you will reason that trust. Well, in that God will. You're still going to reason that. You can reason that with humanity. Honestly, if someone does you dirty, you can reason that too. Just like you can reason why something won't happen for you that you want to happen for you. Not God's will. This person, this, You can reason out anything. It's all on your mindset. It's all in your mindset. Some people don't want that power, though. They don't want that responsibility. That's why they say give it up to God, because they don't want the responsibility. They don't want to think about it. They just want to let whatever be. And that's perfectly fine. What are the best book documentary to learn about ancient matriarchy and goddess worship? Also, it seems like the patriarch destiny to swap. No, it ain't no such thing as a destiny swap, baby. There's an attempt to mimic the goddess, SHERA. That's the book you want. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The goddess SHERA. All right. That's the one. And it will have an H at the end of that name of SHERA. I shortened it, took the H off for my name, but the goddess SHERA with an H at the end, that's the book you need. Those are good books. Goes all the way back to matriarchy, goddess worship, all of the above. All right. Okay, I'm not here to argue about who made people, because I know when I give birth, I make humans myself. You know, I've given birth. My body gestated life, spirit, and soul came through my body, goddess. So I'm not here to argue about who made who. If God is a woman, then I agree. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Wonderful. If God is the feminine aspect that brings life onto the planet, onto the universe, then I agree. But I do not subscribe to patriarchal religion at all. At all. Never have, never will. All right. If you believe you came from a rib, then more power to you. May you and that rib and that man be in peace. Okay. Yes. What? Yeah, we're not asking SHERA questions in here unless y'all want to go to the SheraSeven channel. Yeah, you said you're your own God. You're your own goddess. Yes. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If that's what you... Okay, let me tell y'all the difference. People that choose to believe in an outside God and goddess is because they don't want the responsibility. Okay, that's literally it. Or they don't want to learn about enough. They're not on the spiritual path. They're just on the path of following, and they just do what they're told to make life easier because they don't want to think about it and they don't want the responsibility. You see? So that's fine. There are people that take charge and there's people that follow. People that take charge mostly are spiritual, or they will start a cult of their own because they know dumb. Some people are that will follow them. Okay. They will be like, okay, dummies, come on. Y'all believe in this? Let me exploit you. All right. Let me pass this collection plate and get some money and pay my Bentley bill. Get my helicopter. All right. Some people will exploit you because of what you believe. Okay. If you can be exploited based on what you believe, that's a problem. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And if something is confusing, such as religion, it is energy siphoning. If religion is confusing to you, if you can't make sense of it, if it's not beneficial to you in all aspects, you also need to think about that too. If you create your own spiritual path that is beneficial to you, does bring you what you want, is better for your life and your future offspring, that's also good. You can base your own spiritual path on whatever you choose, but you need to make it yours personally. To follow blindly is not wise. How do you think religions came about in the first place? They were based on other spiritual systems. They were based on other religions that were born out of other religions, and so forth and so on. I say, why not personalize it all the way? You're trying to find a job and really trying, but it's not, girl. Stop trying to find a job. Make a business, make a job. So I keep telling y'all, I do not help people find employment. I help people become entrepreneurs. Make a job. Whatever your skills are, make a job today. All right? Whatever you do for other people for a fraction of the pay that you could be getting 100% of, do that for yourself. Make a job. I don't like telling people how to go clock in. I like telling people how to go get this money all for yourself. Become an entrepreneur, start a business. What ways I can understand my power as a woman? You are the only way onto this planet. That's your power. Everything you do, everything you say, everything you are is powerful. So learn to use your words wisely to yourself and to other people. All right? My favorite ritual for Yule is decorating my tree, sitting by the fireplace, thinking about all the things that I want to manifest. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Exactly. Yes. So make business. Stop looking for jobs. Make a business today. The longer the more you look for jobs, the more you're going to have to look for jobs in your future. Change it. I come from a line of entrepreneurs. That's all I know. I don't know about looking for no jobs, baby. Start a business. Whatever you do for them, do for yourself and get paid all of the money, not some of it. Okay. Mm-hmm. And do what you like to do. That way it never feels like a job when you own your own business. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Did I manifest riches? I always thought I was going to be rich my entire childhood. I didn't see myself growing up broke. I didn't see myself as a grown woman broke, struggling. I never saw that. My vision of myself when I was younger was always rich. Always. So, imagination is very powerful. When you're a child, what did you imagine your life to be like? Did you imagine yourself being rich and having everything you want? Well, that's what you need to keep thinking. No matter what. No kid envisions themselves poor as an adult. Keep that imagination. Keep that delusion. Okay? Stay focused on that dream until you get there. Don't let people tell you what you can't do. Don't let people redirect you from not wanting what you wanted as a child. Okay? Don't let people tell you that it's impossible to do that. Okay? I'm sorry. Don't let people tell you, well, that's not how life is. It is if you make it. It is if you make it that way. It is if you only deal with people that can get you there. It is if you only deal with people who are beneficial. It is if you let go of the dust. It is if you only walk in a certain direction that is towards wealth. It is if you make decisions that lead to wealth. It is. Okay? Everything you do is a program. If you program yourself that you are supposed to be rich and that you already going to be rich and that your future self is rich, that's what the direction you're going to walk. When something is offered to you that doesn't lead to wealth, you're going to say, no, thank you. Okay? That's it. Focus on what you want. Don't let people tell you otherwise. If they're non-beneficial. They don't belong. They are dismissed. How do you manifest? By visualizing what you want and taking steps towards it every day. And saying what you want and saying that you already have it and taking steps towards it every day. Imagine your future self. already having what you want. Now take a step each day towards it. Okay. It's like a board game. It's like a board game. You already know you're going to get to one of these squares eventually. Each roll of the dice, you take a step. You're getting there eventually. So see yourself there rich, not poor. Or see yourself there with what you're manifested. And get there. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. When you roll the dice, you roll it to go forward. Right? Not backwards, baby. Get there. If you accidentally roll backwards, keep rolling until you get forward. Until you get there. That's literally it. Don't let distractions get in your way. Don't let confusions get in your way. Don't let emotions get in your way. Don't let non-beneficial people that's not going to be in your life later on get in your way. Keep it moving. Keep your circle small and keep it moving. Stop caring what people think. If they don't see themselves as rich, they're not going to be in your future. Because why? Y'all ain't going to live in the same neighborhood. It's going to be hard to visit. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. You said, do you follow your birth chart? No. As a goddess, astrology charts do not, as a goddess, astrology charts are too limiting. I think in bigger terms, quantum terms. You know what I'm saying? For fun, they're entertaining. But for a quantum multidimensional mind, they're very limiting. So think about it like that. And what I mean by that is astrology is based on one galaxy, one solar system, not even a galaxy. Astrology is based on a solar system amongst multiverses. Why would I base my entire life on something that's a blip on the radar when I am quantum through multiple existences and universes? Doesn't make any sense. It's for entertainment purposes. It's nice to look at it sometimes. It's fun, but it's not something that I base my entire life on. It's very limiting. Okay. So I tend not to because I'm much bigger than that mentally. Thank you, girl. That was a good question, though. You said morning affirmations. Yes, I decided to go live on this channel today just for y'all. Early Christmas gift. I told y'all I will pop up one day if y'all leave me alone. Jolly. Thank you. The grid. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you for the super sticker. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate you. What do y'all think about tarot readings? Entertainment purposes only, darling. Now, I believe people use tarot readings for entertainment and to make money. Great. I used to do that. Yes, I did. Had fun doing it. Very interesting to learn about symbolism and all of that. But tarot is a personal path of self-divination. I will repeat that. Tarot originally is a personal spiritual path, and also can be used as divination. So when you're reading for other people, that is the incorrect way to do it. The cards are a form of self-reflection based on yourself. So a tarot reader simply assists other people who don't know how to read tarot, who are not on the path of tarot. And it's not going to be accurate or as accurate as it could if you had learned it yourself and got on the correct path. If you study tarot, you understand the history behind tarot. And readings are just a parlor trick. Readings are Sometimes they're a little bit accurate because you are helping a person see something that they wouldn't have seen. But for your best results, you better do it yourself. You better learn how to do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? For example, think of the personal tarot path as a mirror. And then think of your tarot reader as an artist to draw your likeness. It's not going to be the same as looking in a mirror. That's the best thing I can tell you. You can see what you look like from another person's perspective, but until you look in that mirror, you ain't going to see the truth. You're not going to see accuracy that you could see if you are on the path yourself. So people will disagree because that's how they get paid. I used to get paid that way, but that's what it is. If you want to know something to the full extent, learn it and then know yourself. Because everyone is different. Everyone has a different perspective. How can someone see from your perspective if they are not you? Your best insight comes from within and is a reflection. Somebody can do a beautiful portrait of you, but it's not going to be the same as a mirror. Okay, I'll put it that way. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You will commission someone to do your portrait for you, but it's not going to be the same as looking in the mirror. Wonderful. So just look at it like that. It's not going to be very accurate, but it is going to be something. Mm-hmm. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle. How to stop thinking about something too much. Think about something beneficial. That's going to get you some money instead, baby. So if you find yourself overthinking about something too much, refocus it back on the money. Refocus it back on something beneficial. Refocus it back on a healthy habit, and then go do that. Okay? My favorite line from one of my favorite songs by one of my favorite artists, besides Michael Jackson, is Rihanna's song. Okay? And it goes like this. All I see is signs. All I see is signs. All I see is dollar signs. If you're overthinking something, if you're seeing symbolism and sign everywhere and it's not leading to you no money, no benefits, start looking for the money. All right. This is how some people will go into quote unquote spiritual psychosis by over stimulating themselves with symbolism. What does this mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? If it don't mean money, then does it matter? If it's not beneficial, then why did you refocus? Where's the money? Where's the benefits? Where's the future benefits? Stop focusing on stuff that don't matter. Period. Okay? All I see is dollar signs. Yes, thank you, ma'am. How can I make money? I see ways to make money everywhere I look. I refocused my perspective to only see ways to make money. Try that. I refocused my perspective to only see ways to improve. I refocused the symbolism and ways to see things into something beneficial. The great work. It's alchemy. Take all of that focus and focus it on something that is tangible, that is beneficial, that is more meaningful. That's it. So many people claim to be spiritualists. So many people claim to be this and claim to be that, but they ain't got nothing to show for it because they can't focus enough. They can't apply knowledge. Why? Because they're focused on stuff that's non-beneficial. Y'all see them spiritual people arguing online over there, the stuff that don't matter? Exactly. I just be laughing because that is confusion. Focus on something that matters, that's beneficial, and you're going to win every time. I don't focus on birth charts, baby. I am a birth chart. I'm the reason why people are born. Period. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're a goddess, ma'am. Stop limiting yourself by limiting beliefs. You're a quantum being in a multiverse. Stop focusing on one solar system so much. Do better. All right. Let me tell you why. Because you're going to limit your thinking. You're going to limit your abilities. You're going to have excuses for why you're not doing this and why you're not doing that. Oh, shut up. You're an unlimited, multidimensional being. Stop acting like you're a blip in one solar system. Now, for entertainment purposes only, for example, if you sit down on the couch to watch a Hallmark Christmas movie, that's like looking at your birth chart. All right? Your life is much more bigger than that. So, as a form of entertainment, as a fairy tale, as the do I take my job in the city dilemma or do I stay at the Christmas tree farm with Brad? Are these my only options? To a job in New York or to stay at the Christmas tree farm with Brad? No, there's limitless possibilities. A Hallmark movie is just simply a blip on your channel list. You understand? So you can live by that if you want to. Okay. Infinite possibilities. Expand your mind. You said, I wish I knew about that years ago. Girl, yes. Now, I understand people are on different levels, on different paths, and sometimes those limits will help them realize certain things until they get on the quantum path. So the limit does not exist. Yes, Mean Girls. Yes. Any idea on how to make it easier to focus on yourself when you are programmed to think of others first? Okay, reprogram yourself. Put mirrors around your house. Monogram your crap. Put your name on everything. If that's what it takes. Name stuff after yourself. Refer to yourself in the third person. And whatever it takes, ma'am, just do it. Become the main character of your own life. That's how. Everybody else are side characters. That's how. Until you are the type of person you want to be and you're living the life that you want to live, then you need to stay focused on you until it happens. Because ain't nobody else going to do it for you. You're going to waste your life focused on everybody else and you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be like, I should have did something. Do it now. Okay. Do it now before it's too late. Nobody cares about you and just see you as a doormat person they take for granted. And you'll never be the main character of your own life, ever, which is pretty sad because it's your life. It's your perspective, but you looking at it from somebody else's doormat. You better get it together. All right. The ding ding. Yes. Do you think planets in your charts affect you at least some percentage? If you didn't know about it, would it affect you, baby? Let me ask you this question. If you didn't know what a planet was, would it affect you? Would you know? Would it interpret your life? Would you even know? If you were taught before you were taught about planets, if you were taught that you are an infinite being in multiple universes that create your own existence and own life and that you have no limits, and then somebody came to you with some planet talk, would you really believe it? It's up to you. Okay. So it depends on what you believe the most, how it affects you and your perspective on things and your frequency and your limits. All right. So think of yourself as a computer program. Think of yourself as a computer program. Let's say you were the first search engine versus AI. Oh, think of yourself, think of astrology as the first search engine versus AI. What you gonna do? You still gonna just Google use the first search engine ever, or are you going to are you finna see what AI can do? What you gonna do, AI? No, excuse me, I'm still Googling. I don't know if that's the first search engine, but it's so popular. Imagine all the stuff that you're trying to limit yourself to when you don't have to. It's your choice. Everything is free will. If you want it to affect you, if you're looking for something to affect you, you're going to attract it. You're going to believe it. You're going to create the circumstance behind it. You create as you think, as you walk, as you breathe. So if that's what you want to believe, that's what's going to be believing it. Why do billionaires go to astrologists? Because they want to focus something. They want everybody else to understand the limits. Okay, so if you're a billionaire, you want to limit something, okay? It's for the opposite reason you think. Because there are too many infinite possibilities that things can go wrong or things can go right. There's too many infinite possibilities. So if you want to narrow it down and give it some limits, you're going to go to an astrologist. You understand? So when you are trying to create, you don't go to an astrologist. When you are trying to limit the possibilities of something going wrong, that's when you need to get your mind to a limit. That's why. And a billionaire will tell you this. They need to narrow it down. It's kind of like doing the demographics and the statistics on something. They need to narrow it down because there are infinite possibilities. Oh, the college in the house, Sprinkle. How you doing? Okay. But it's to narrow down the limitless possibilities. But now, more than ever, a lot of billionaires are using manifesting way, way more than astrology. Okay. Because how AI works is the same way. They limit down to what you're trying to. You have to say specific words to create specific things with AI. That's the same way you manifest. The more specific you get, the more detailed you get, the better you can create it, right? So instead of having like software programmers now, they have people that know how to word specifically so AI can create what it is that needs to be created. This is the same thing as narrowing down out of, you can compare it to astrology almost. It's the same thing as narrowing it down to specifics so that there's less crazy stuff that you're creating in the AI simulation or whatever it is you're trying to create. So that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. It's to refocus their focus. Okay, so it's not for the same. Billionaires are using it for way different reasons than the mundane people are using it for. Okay, rich people use it in a totally different way than poor people or normal middle class people. Y'all aren't using it the same way. Just letting y'all know. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They're using it to limit. You're using it for guidance. There's a difference. They're using it like you used AI when you specifically need something worded in a specific fashion in order to create the results that you want. You said you want to be famous? Why? I never understood why people sought after fame. That's the wrong reason. When you seek fame, it's something that, why do you, okay, let me ask y'all a question because I need to ask somebody that's going to truthfully answer me. Why do people seek fame? Like, answer honestly why you want fame. What is fame? You want financial success? Then say you want financial success, because there are famous people that are broke, darling. Okay? There are famous people that can't even afford to be famous. And they broke. So focus on the money. If you're good at what you do, if what you do wants to be broadcasted, then you will be famous. But you need to focus on that money, because there's people that can't even afford to be famous that are famous. All right? So think about it. And y'all, I know y'all don't understand because y'all don't think hard enough. Y'all just think, oh, I'm going to be famous. If you're, think about this. If you're super famous, or if you're famous, how are you going to get famous? How are you going to maintain your fame? Is it going to make you enough money? Will you be broadcasted everywhere, but not have the paycheck to go with it? Y'all got to understand that. Fame is not the same as rich. Fame is not the same as wealthy. There are famous people out here that can't even pay their bills, darling. So you better reassess that. You better rethink that. Reword that, baby. Okay. You said what? You meant you want to meet your favorite celebs? You could do that too, darling. You ain't got to be famous to meet your favorite celebs. See, everything is possible. There are infinite possibilities without having to go that route. There's another reason why you want to be famous. You aren't accepted. You have to prove something to the world. What is it? There's someone who rejected you and you trying to prove a point. That's why most people want to be famous. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We said there's a famous singer that's literally homeless. Oh my goodness, who was that? You said, how do you transform emotions like anger and sadness into something productive or beneficial for yourself? You write, you create with it. A lot of artists know how to transmute their emotions into things that are beneficial. So create with it, write with it, tell a story with it. I don't know. Some people use their anger and energy to work out and make their body better. Some people use it to fuel their success and their drive in work or in their career or in their business. You got to refuel yourself using it by something that you're passionate about. Okay. You said, and to prove that you can do what? Let me tell y'all something. Fame is not based on talent anymore. It ain't. So I just focus on the, if you're good at making money, you'll be famous. Think about this. There are people that are really good at making money and they got famous just because they're good at making money. And they got money. And they can buy other people with that money. Why? Because they focused on the money first. They focused on how to get the money. They focused on becoming wealthy before they became famous. When you become wealthy before you become famous, you can't be exploited. All right? So focus on your money first, baby. Stop focusing on fame. Fame will come naturally when you become rich. Okay? Get your money up. One of the reasons why Diddy had so much control and power over people, because he became rich before he became famous. And he was able to exploit other famous people through contracts, through all of that, because he got rich, had his own record label before he became famous. So if you want true fame, I don't promote him. You all know. But it's interesting that people need to refocus on themselves and back their own wealth instead of fame. Fame is fleeting. Fame does not equal rich. Focus on the money. Always. Get your money up first. Fame is fleeting. Fame is expensive. If you don't have money, you're not going to be famous for long. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get your money up first so you don't be exploited. Do you know how many people are famous because they were exploited? Do you know the only reason some people are famous is because they were exploited in the first place? And they don't even have enough money. So be careful. Reword that. Get your money up. Get the money first, darling. The fame is not the prize. The money is always the prize. The money is the prize, not the fame. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There are billionaires that no one knows. There are billionaires on social media with less than 200,000 followers. There are billionaires on social media with less than 50,000 followers. Why? Because nobody knows who they are. All right. Then there are broke people who have millions. There are famous people that can barely pay their bills that have millions of subscribers. So y'all need to figure this out. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said fame also doesn't equal being loved, or yeah, it doesn't. It means just being in the eye of a lot of people. That's all. Being focused on heavily. That's all it is. Fame just means you're focused on heavily. That's all. If you have a talent, they're focused on the talent that you could do. If you don't have a talent, they're focused on other stuff that made you famous. It's just being focused on heavily by several people, by a lot of people. That's all it is. Okay. So get the money, baby. I'd rather be rich. What is your best and easiest way to rewire your subconscious beliefs? To create them on your own. Create what you want and focus on it. Create what you want and focus on it. Create your own beliefs. Live by that motto. That's how religion was created. Well, you can do the same for yourself. Okay. People write books. They have seminars. They got master classes. They got this, and that. The dude that wrote 48 Law of Power. Make your own system. If they can do it, so can you. It's very easy. Just get up and do it. If you're looking for someone to follow, great. You can follow someone's example and do your own thing. But if you're looking for the answers, think about this. Let's go to quantum physics. Let's go to science. Let's go to math. If people only stuck to what they knew, new things would not be created. If people only stuck with 1 + 1 instead of creating algebra, if people only stuck with 1 + 1 instead of creating calculus, where would we be? I'm not a math person, but I know that we wouldn't be too much further if we had only stuck with what we were taught in kindergarten. I know people have to think outside the box, create new ways of thinking, create new ways of solving problems, create new ways of doing things instead of just following the old ways. So, as an individual being that was put on this planet to do something besides consume and twerk and ask dumb questions, if those dumb questions don't lead to you doing something better or creating more, then you're a waste of space, literally. So, if you're not here to create and to improve upon yourself, at least yourself, then what's the point? All right, so most people who are here to create changes don't accept what is, they just create what they want. That's literally it. If you don't accept what is, then create what you want. It's that simple. Charge of your own life. Stop listening to other people so much. Get quiet and listen to yourself. Do you think I listen to other people as much as I listen to myself? I don't. I listen to myself the most. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Know thyself. Mm-hmm. Are billionaires alchemists, most of them. I can't say, oh, I don't know all of them. I don't even know some of them. But most of them, yeah. Hold on, y'all. Create your internal creative mind. Yes. Okay, so I was thinking, the other day I had a thought, and this is probably a thought many people have. You know those VR goggles that create virtual reality when you put them on your face? So imagine that as your creative mind, and you can see and program it to do whatever you want, or to have the environment that you want. I think it's a good tool to visualize and to manifest with. So, for example, if everything is a blank slate, which it is, and you put these VR goggles on, and you program it to see your dream house on a concrete building. Okay, let's say you have a concrete building, and the VR goggles are going to project the architecture of the type of house that you want, right? And so you see it, you walk into it, it's just a concrete building, a square rectangle concrete building, but what's projected on there from the VR goggles or from a hologram or whatever is what you want. It's the same thing. So you can use your imagination to do the same thing as VR goggles can do, or as a hologram can do. Okay. Y'all keep asking me who's texting me. A lot of them are places that I shop at. When you shop at certain types of places, they be texting you about. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What do you think about people worshiping different goddesses and not themselves? Okay. Goddesses are the aspect of the feminine or the divine feminine. So if they're worshiping a goddess, they're literally worshiping an aspect of themselves that they want to see more of within. Okay. So whatever goddess that they're focused on, they want to be more like, period. They're still using external forces to validate what they already feel because they don't want the responsibility. It's the same thing. Okay. So when you focus on something, it's because you like the characteristics of it and what it represents and what it reflects on you to you internally. So people that are worshiping things want to see more of that aspect within themselves, and they don't know how to do it. So they just go outside instead of seeking inside. Same thing. VR goggles, holograms. The frequency that you feel when you walk into that dream home that is just a projection with VR goggles. It's the same feeling that you would get walking into a actual architecturally built home. Frequency is the same. You're putting that frequency out to attract it. Okay. So whether it's real or not, whether it's star or not, whether it's imagination or not, the frequency is the same. Get on the frequency of how you want to feel when you manifest, whether it's VR goggles, whether it's your imagination, or whether it's a hologram. Whatever it is, you're going to feel the feeling that you need to feel in order to create the mental state of your mind. Okay? So do what you got to do. These can also be distractions and confusion. So let me talk to you about that side of it. People that get addicted to television, people that get addicted to video games and other stuff, they're too focused on the image rather than the results, rather than how they got there, rather than creating it in the real world. Okay. They're too focused on the image of it instead of what it represents. So for example, you got somebody that's addicted to playing video games. They can get all the money on the video games. They can be successful in the video games. They can drive the nice cars in the video game, but they ain't got no car in real life. That's a distraction. That's a confusion. That's a distracting mechanism. That's confusion. That's not taking action. Okay. People can talk about their ideas all day, but if they never get up and walk towards it, it's just a video game. It's just an imagination, technique. There's nothing to it if you get up and go walk towards it. Okay. So, thank you for the super sticker, ma'am. Appreciate you, girl. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so confusion is also a way to help make you overthink. And overthinking about something, you overthink about something, you're missing the simplicity of it. And sometimes the simplicity or the symbolism of something is just that. It's not to be overthought. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Okay. And what we're not going to do, let me tell y'all something. When you look for something, you're going to reason it. Let me tell y'all something. When you correlate something that has nothing to do with the other thing and you connect dots to it, you're reasoning it, and which is perfectly fine. If you need to make sense of something and you need to reason something out, and that's what you choose to believe, that's what you're going to continue to create. That's what you're going to create. When you connect two things that don't go together, and you just have to make a connection because of something, that's what you're going to create. When two things do not go together, they don't connect. Stop connecting. Stop connecting things that don't go together. Okay? Stop trying to reason everything and look at things from a simplistic perspective sometimes. Because this is why they tell certain people, if you have fear, if you have self-doubt, if you are a negative thinker that connects things that don't connect together, don't do something. Okay. Some of y'all are practicing magic and are looking for negativity. When you practice magic, you are not supposed to look for negativity at all. All right. That is okay. Think about this. If you are going to create your own world, if you had the tools to create your own world, why would you put anything bad in it? Do you want a utopian society? Do you want something in there that's beneficial? Or why would you put bad in it? Why would you go straight to bad? Who taught you that? You know what I'm saying? So imagine when you're doing magic, you're doing the spell work, no negative thinking, no connecting negativity to it at all. When you're creating your own world, you do not bring negativity into it whatsoever. Don't bring doubt. If you do, it's your fault, baby. Can't blame nothing but you. You can't connect two things that don't go together. All right. If you do, you're going to start connecting everything that don't go together, and then you'll be what? Confused. This is the beginning of spiritual psychosis when y'all start to do that. Stop doing it. They don't go together. If you did a money spell, look for money. Don't associate anything else with it. All right. Why do I barely do on this channel anymore? Because I have free will and I can do what I want, darling. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because I don't feel like it sometimes. Sometimes I have nothing to talk about. Sometimes I'm not inspired to be on this channel. Sometimes I am. It just all depends. Because I can do what I want. That's right. What? Thoughts on meditation and yoga. I like yoga. It helps me stretch out my back. Creates balance. I couldn't put on my tights if I didn't do yoga. Shoot, I had to sit down and do it. I could put on my tights standing up on one leg now. Tree pose, sprinkle, sprinkle. I'd be like, ooh, that was a good move. I could put on tights without standing on one leg, baby. That's good. I'm very balanced. Mm-hmm. What is a money manifesting? Okay, let me tell you how a money manifests. I don't focus only on the amount. I focus on money in general. Okay. So I'm gonna give you some good techniques. But first, stay tuned because I have to take a little break. Hold on. I'm gonna put a little video here. Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a little. Hold on a second. Hold on. No, never mind it. Watch my haul from a. Hold on. All right, here we go. Watch my pheromones commercial. Hey y'all, I know you've heard about my collab with Heaux Cosmetics Pheramones, and you're going to get 3 bottles of pheromones. You're going to get Liquid Finesse, Press Him, and you're also going to get Essence of Ecstasy. And remember, ladies, never play fair in an unfair world. Pheromones are going to help you, but don't wear around dusties, okay? I warned y'all. Do not wear these around, no dust. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you want, also there's full sizes as well on the website that you can also get. Use my code SHERA to save. It's a coupon code. It will save you a lot of money. And I will see y'all soon. Make sure y'all pick this up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Was I quick enough? Okay. Here we go. I'm back. Anyway. If you know, you know, get your little pheromones on. Okay, so that was a little break. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully y'all picked some of that up a while back. Did work. Okay. Anyway, if y'all are curious, I'm going to link it here. And y'all can use my code SHERA to save money. Okay. It should be linked in the description as well, but if not, there it is in the comments. Well, let me tell y'all something. Okay, let me tell y'all something. But somebody talking about people try to use spiritual stuff against you. I roll my eyes because if you are a true alchemist and goddess, I'm so sorry. Let me talk to y'all for a second. If you're a true alchemist and a limitless goddess, that stuff don't work. All right. If you are a true alchemist and a limitless goddess, none of this stuff works. Okay. It's literally confusion and a distraction. Don't work. All right. If you know who you are, it doesn't work. If people can plant self-doubt and negativity in your mind, that's only when it works. When you have a mind that can be planted into. All right. When you don't have control over your own brain, when you believe things that you don't understand, like Stevie Wonder be saying, you believe in things that you don't understand. Superstition ain't the way. Now, let me tell you what is the way. Know thyself. Limitless. There's nothing that they can do that you don't allow. So, for example, it's just a form of strategy to plant self-doubt and make you connect dots that don't connect. All right. It's the same way religion is used, so is magic. If you're using it in a negative way. Now, if you're using it, okay, magic is also, like I was trying to tell y'all, like the tarot path. It's not meant to be used as a form of manipulation towards others. It's supposed to be used to improve yourself. Like, that's why I call myself a goddess and an alchemist. It's supposed to be used to better yourself, not as a weapon. Not like Dr. Strange. Okay? It's supposed to be used to better yourself. Now, people will get confused and distracted when they can't better themselves. So they will plant doubt as if they're doing something to you because they can't use it on themselves. Okay? So for example, if you're a good manifester, if you're a good alchemist and you can create the life you want, why would you want to put spells on anyone else to make their life terrible if your life is so great? Let me ask y'all that. Why? Because you're too focused on other people and what they're doing in their lives, and you're not happy. That's why. So therefore, instead of focusing on the internal creation of your own existence, now you're confused. You got to focus on someone else now because you're not getting what you want. So you don't want them to have what they want. If your magic is not beneficial to you and you only, or the people you love, it's wasted. It's waste. It's literally waste. Especially for people who know themselves. It's just wasted energy on them. Might as well just not even do it. Now, if you can plant seeds of doubt in other people's mind, they'll cause their own downfall. It's not them, it's the person that believes it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You know how when a Dusty is talking to you and you don't believe nothing he's talking about, so you don't invest into anything he's saying? It's the same thing. You still making your plans to go move forward and do what you got to do. You're just letting talk and bump his gums. So when someone says magic against you, it's the same thing. You're just, okay, well, I'm glad you got that out. Hope you sleep better tonight. This doesn't affect you. It's like a Dusty talking. That's how you have to think of it. A Dusty can claim to have all the answers, all the statistics, could tell you you're not going to meet that man because they're in the 1%. But as soon as you walk to the rich side of town and everybody is the 1% and everybody you meet is the 1%, Dusty has been proven wrong. Dusty cannot plant doubt in your mind. You have just met your millionaire man right there. You understand what I'm saying? You have infinite, limitless power. When you choose to listen to something, you're like that horse that's roped to a plastic chair. That's y'all. That's why magic don't work on some people and it works on some. How to manifest your podcast show to be successful. Get on it every day and make it successful. And manifest getting on it every day until it's successful. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm going to tell yourself this every morning. I'm getting on this podcast every day until it is successful. Here you go. Or tell yourself every morning, I'm getting on my successful podcast today. Already claiming successful and keep moving as if it is, even if it ain't. And one day it will be. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Would you share your money manifesting technique, please? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I was interrupted earlier. I took a little break. I'm so sorry. I was getting ready. Thank you, Miss Lady Death. I remember that I was about to say that. Okay. So my money manifesting technique. Thank you, Kame. Okay, so here it goes. When I'm bored, this is how a lot of people that have money get more money. When I'm bored, I don't pick up bad habits. I pick up new ways to make money. I get my notebook out or I start making a Pinterest board on how I can get paid another way, another stream of income. Instead of drinking, instead of going out to party, instead of smoking something, I bust out my pen and paper and I create new ways to make money. That's what. All right. That's my money making manifestation technique. I write down what it is that I want to accomplish financially, not in numbers, but in ways to make money. I need to make money. I need 3 more new ways to make money this year. I need to find a new way to make money this month. Whatever that is. I start writing down ideas. And then everything starts conspiring towards it. Because I have programmed myself to find new ways to make money. And everything in my life starts going in that direction. I don't escape my life when I'm bored. I don't look for bad habits. I don't look for frivolous things. Only sometimes I do frivolous things. I look for more of what I am looking for. So, like that Jay-Z song says, there's a million ways to get it. Instead of saying choose one, I say choose some. There's a million ways to get it. Choose some. And get paid. Make that your new hobby. Okay? While some people are doing stupid stuff, you could be getting rich. You know? Manifest for ideas on how to make money. Manifest ideas and ways for money to come to you easier. Manifest continuous financial increase and more streams of income and more ideas to get money infinitely. You go. That's how you do it. And everywhere I turn, there are opportunities everywhere because that's where my focus is. Okay. It's like focusing on your dream car. Everywhere you look, you're going to see that car. Oh, there go the car I like. In different colors. Do the same thing with ideas for making money. Opportunities for making money. Everywhere you look, that's what's going to happen. An opportunity. Oh, here's an opportunity to make money here. Here's an opportunity to make money here. Here's an opportunity to get money here. All right. So many opportunities, so many ideas just falling in my lap every day. Some I have to say no to. Okay. Imagine having so many ways to make money. You got to say, I can't do that right now. Imagine that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Where your focus goes, that's where the energy flows. Stop focusing on stuff that is not your goal and that is not beneficial. That is the key. Distractions will keep you from focusing on what it is you're trying to attract. So get rid of your distractions, get rid of non-beneficial things, and your focus will be more clear and more intense. And that's when manifestation will definitely be working in your favor at its highest. Do you believe in manifesting money out of thin air? Yeah, but you have to have a stream of income for it to come to you. Okay? You got to have a way to get it. You got to have a stream for it to come through. Okay? Just like you have to have a brain to have a thought. Same thing. Where your stream? You could do anything. You can make a Poshmark store. You can make a Cash App. You can sell a candle on Etsy. Where is your stream? Create a stream. Create a thought. A stream is a thought. Okay? So you can't have a thought. You can't have the money unless you have a stream. You can't have an idea unless you have a thought. Get this money. Get this thought. Get the idea. Okay, your husband slapped you, was about to divorce, but have to. Okay, you read the name on here, baby. It says ShERA Goddess. We're not talking about husbands or boyfriends or dusties or relationships on this channel, or else we're going to have to go back to the other channel. You hear me? So while I'm on here, respect me on this channel. And they will let you know in the comments what you should do. Okay? Can we get through one live without you asking me a question for the other channel? Thank you. How do you stay proud of yourself every day? Be a person that you're proud of. Be a person that you're proud to be. Be a person other people can be proud of as well. And continue to stay that way. Okay. For example, sometimes you don't need to focus on being proud of yourself. You just need to be focused on doing more of what makes you happy and what makes you who you are. You'll be proud later when you look back. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself. I did all of this. But be the person that you can continue to be proud of and to be even more proud of in your future. Thank you. Thank you, ShERA. I've been alchemizing my energy a lot more. I appreciate your wisdom. Thank you, ma'am. Makeup by Isa. There. So. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, I appreciate y'all. So yeah, that's how you make money. You focus on it and you get rid of all distractions and confusion around it. If a man is talking about money and he ain't got none, get rid of him. If you're focused on abundance, prosperity, and all the people around you are not, get rid of them. Move away. Make new friends. Okay? Because they're gonna mess up your frequency. Thank you, Lady Des. Sprinkle. All right. That's it. If you're trying to manifest something, you're not going to surround yourself with people who are not manifesting the same thing or manifesting the opposite. Now, are you? You're just not. So, same thing. All right. And anything that's causing confusion to your manifestation, get away from it. Distance yourself. Because y'all will, okay, somebody told y'all one day, I don't know why, but somebody told y'all that it was your responsibility to take on everybody else's problems. They lied to y'all. It wasn't. Thank you, Eleanor. Sprinkle. Somebody told y'all that you were supposed to fix people and to take on problems that were not your own. Somebody told you to compile everyone's problems on your back, to try to solve everything, and to pick apart confusion. Somebody told you to stay stupid and stay distracted. Somebody told y'all that. Somebody told you to bear the burden in which you are not supposed to bear. But guess what? You can reprogram yourself and focus on what it is that you want and manifest it and create it. But a lot of confusion and distraction will keep you not doing that. Because a lot of y'all are constantly trying to solve other people's problems that have nothing to do with you. A lot of y'all are constantly trying to fix something that don't want to be fixed. A lot of y'all are trying to decipher what is meant to be confusing. A lot of y'all are just distracted. A lot of y'all need to refocus the energy back to yourself and what it is you want and focus on that and attract it. Okay? That's it. That's literally it. Okay, you say you're too empathetic. That's because you're not focused on yourself. Feel what you want. Make people feel what you want. Flip the script. Make people feel what you want because they're doing the same thing to you. If you're too empathetic and you're around people that's making you feel what they want or feel what they feel, do the same thing back. How can you manifest someone to be exposed? You don't. Okay, because that's a waste of energy. If someone wants to be exposed, they will expose themselves. Sprinkle. If you're trying to expose an alchemist, like people keep trying, look, I'm not taking no sides, but people keep trying to expose Donald Trump and it doesn't work. All right? Because he don't care. He stays unbothered. You can't expose people who don't care. Please recommend your favorite books and podcasts. My favorite books are the ones that I wrote and the ones that I have listed somewhere on these videos back in the day. The ones that I've already read, the ones that are in my Patreon group. But I don't watch anybody's podcast. I think I used to watch Neil deGrasse Tyson. I like to watch science stuff, things about quantum physics and stuff. Okay. But I don't really watch them anymore. I kind of use my own brains and thinking and imagination now to kind of fuel my manifestations. But old videos will definitely have lists and stuff. So, okay. So let's get back to how to get someone to. Trump will literally expose himself and not even care. Trump doesn't care. Therefore, he gets away with a lot of stuff. So the more you stay unbothered, the more you get away with stuff, basically. Because people react how you react, basically. You teach people how to treat you. That's it. So, learn from that. Thank you, man. You said you start pleasing yourself instead of other, and now they don't like you, and that's their own job. I'm not here for that anymore. Good for you. If people don't like you, they're not going to ask you for favors. All right. They're not going to ask you to do stuff. You're not going to have to have other people to tell no to. You're just going to avoid them. All right. Sometimes it's best to make your circle even smaller so you have less people to have to turn down. All right. You're like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. You don't have to tell that to them no more because they're not going to even ask because the answer is no and they already know it's going to be no, period. Duh. They'll take themselves out of the equation. Okay. You don't know what's wrong. You can't completely focus on your job. I don't care enough to learn more here. Okay, so maybe you're an entrepreneur and not a worker. Definitely you need to flip the script. Thanks. Yes, ma'am. Yes, real life. Sprinkle, sprinkle. People that don't like their job need to start a business. Or find a rich husband and then start a business. You can't if you need some bill money. So, yeah, that's the solution. You did a business. You don't like working for people, so work for yourself. I have a circle, but I don't travel impacts. Good for you. You are SheraSeven. You are definitely the reason I started a business from listening to you and how you liberate women to begin to know our worth and giving us the game on what's happening behind the veils. Okay, Inner Wealth Creations. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah. I appreciate that. I'm glad you have your business, girl. Yes. My spiritual morning and night routines. They are not separate from my regular routines. Okay. I surround myself with things that are beneficial. I think things that are beneficial, and I only deal with people that are beneficial. That is good for my mental, my spiritual, and my physical. Combine it all together and don't separate it. Everything you do, combine it all together. Then you don't have to make time for it. It's just already done. Okay. Your thoughts and your intentions that go into everything is spiritual. Keep people talking about themselves long enough and they will always, yep, yep, yep. So, as far as dealing with people, relationships, and otherwise, if you have doubts, if people are causing confusion to you, red flags, not beneficial. Don't need to be dealing with it. You said everybody's stuck in a trance. Yeah, they're just programmed and they can't think for themselves until someone gives them permission or an idea. Got to break free, baby. Everything y'all ask is based on another person's thought, another person's rules, and another person's expectation. What about you? What do you want? You know? Give yourself permission to not care about what other people think. Give yourself permission to do what you want to do. Give yourself permission to not worry about if other people are going to like you or not. Is that why you're on the earth, for people to like you? You have two options. Do you want people to like you, or do you want to like yourself? Because if you like yourself, people are naturally going to like you anyway. If you like yourself, you are teaching people how to treat you, which is to like you. But if you don't like yourself and you focus on what other people want you to do in order for them to like you based on what they need you to do, you will never like yourself. So you need to like yourself. You need to love yourself first, and everybody else will fall in line. Okay? If y'all don't understand it, that's why. Because you're too busy worried about other people. And you will never love yourself, and you will never like yourself because you're too busy trying to do what other people expect you to do as their perspective of you and not your own perspective of you. So you are never doing anything for yourself when you are continuously doing other things to please people. And you are never going to find yourself if you keep doing that. So let it go, baby. Tell us one spell that you think is more important than others. A spell to relieve all self-doubt. A spell to relieve all things that come against you and self-doubt. A spell to believe that you are infinite and that nothing can harm you or touch you and that everything is going to go your way no matter what. That spell. All right? Do that first before you do anything. And everything will fall in line. Why? Because you just programmed yourself to believe that. Okay. You said you respectfully told your boss off today. Good for you, man. Did it feel good? That's one of the reasons I don't have employees. I believe people should be entrepreneurs. I will tell you how to get your own business, but I will not employ you because I don't believe in employees. You can volunteer. I can have contract workers, but I'm not hiring nobody. Be your own boss. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A spell is a spell to program your own mind to go and move forward as you should be moving. You know how people say, oh, you're under a spell. You're doing everything because you're under a spell. Well, when you do a spell, you're also programming your own mind. It's a program. That's all it is. So when you program yourself or when you program something to be, make sure it's what you want it to be. How to change your mindset. I have extreme anxiety and panic attacks. Only choose things that are beneficial to you. That's it. Don't worry about whether it's the right choice or the wrong choice. Worry about if it's a beneficial choice. That's literally it. Okay? It's like food. Think about your decisions as food. Is it good food? Is the food good for you or is it bad for you? That's it. Go for what's good for you. So, you know what to do. You know what's good. You know what's bad. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. You know what's good for you and you know what ain't good for you. You know you. What's good for you might be bad for somebody else. Who knows? Not everything is the same for everybody. What do you think overthinking means spiritually and how can we stop? It means you're connecting dots that are not supposed to be connected, baby. It means, you know that connect the dots when you were a kid, how you had to draw and connect the dots? It means you're connecting numbers that don't go together. It means you're doing it wrong. It means you're connecting dots that don't go together. It means you're doing too much. It means calm down and simplify everything. Is this good for you? Is it beneficial or is it not? Go with the beneficial. That's literally it. Overthinking is not beneficial to you. What is beneficial to you is doing something that is good for you or good for you or good to you, you know? Being with someone that's good to you and good for you and that's beneficial to you versus being someone that's confusing to you, that's not beneficial to you, that's giving you anxiety. Choose the one that is beneficial. When in doubt, go with the benefits. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so somebody's talking about being lazy. Laziness is not beneficial unless you have enough to be lazy. Unless you have enough good things in life, finances, in order to have a lazy day or a lazy week. Laziness is a luxury. Can you afford that luxury? If not, get up, get your butt up. All right. When you are lazy and you can't afford to be lazy, you have to get up and do something. Or you need to find a way to compensate yourself, your finances, in order to continue your laziness. Okay. You like being lazy? Find a way to make money in your sleep. You can't do that, then you need to get up until you can. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said drink coffee and get up. That's right. Look. Some people will work hard and work hard and work hard until they're tired of working. Then they're gonna sit down and think one day, how can I make money without doing all this work? How can I work smarter instead of harder? They're gonna actually sit down and think and come up with some ideas. And then they're gonna start to execute them ideas. And then they're gonna start to make money easier. But first, they got to get sick and tired of doing the most for the least. And when they get sick and tired of doing the most for the least, they're going to sit down and think of the ways to get the most for the least. They're going to flip the script. And once they flip that script, they're going to get paid. And they can be as lazy as they want. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But you got to think. You got to use your brain. You can't keep going in a circle that don't go nowhere. You got to get up and reverse it. You got to get up and think. You got to flip the script. Most people will never do that. That's the sad part. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's the sad part. Most people will never get enough of a thought to even get out of it. They won't even think to get out of it. They'll just keep going or keep spiraling down. They won't even think enough to get out of it. Somebody will have to tell them and they still won't listen, you know? Is it normal to feel lost in your 20s? It's normal to understand that you don't have all the answers, but it's normal to seek solutions. You're young. You're not supposed to know everything. It's your learning time. Learn how to benefit from everything that you've learned thus far. And you won't feel lost because you'll be on a journey of learning and improving each day. When I was 20 or in my 20s, I had no idea I was going to be sitting here doing what I do right now. I had no idea that I was going to be an author. I had no idea that I was going to be the person that I am today. I had no idea. I just kept moving. I just kept moving in a beneficial direction. That's all I did. I just kept moving in a beneficial direction. That's all I did until I got here. Okay. So no matter what, keep moving in a beneficial, keyword, beneficial direction. I am 46. I had no idea when I was 20 that I would be here. If you asked me what I was going to be doing at the age of 46 when I was 20, I would have told you something totally different. But I would have told you I was going to be rich. I would have got that part right. But whatever I was going to be, it was going to be taking one beneficial step at a time forward. Okay? That's what it was going to be. So, as long as you're moving in the direction of benefiting, you're on the right path. You're not lost. Period. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, we have like stories like Alice in Wonderland. We have stories like The Wizard of Oz. where everybody's on a path and they don't know what they're doing. There's just random stuff happening, confusion happening everywhere, right? As long as you're making beneficial decisions, you're going in the right path. Even though you don't know where it's going to lead, you know it's going to lead to something better because you're only going towards things that are beneficial. Just keep that in mind. No matter what, no matter what. As long as it's beneficial, you're going in the right direction. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If it ain't beneficial, you're on the wrong track. That's how you know. Very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Very simple. Some things don't need to be overcomplicated or overthought about. Just need to have beneficial or not. Yes or no. Good or bad. Beneficial or not is the best thing you can ask yourself. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, know what's beneficial and go in that direction until you get somewhere. So you get wherever you want to be. I'm still going. When I'm 60, I might be somewhere even better than this because I'm only choosing beneficial. Okay. I am going to be somewhere actually better than this because I'm only choosing beneficial. Thank you for coming on this channel today. Needed it. Thank you, girl, for being here. Canvas with Keys, sprinkle, sprinkle. So whenever you start to overthink, whenever you start to worry about too much crap, whenever you start to doubt yourself, think about this. Is this thought beneficial? Is this choice beneficial? Is this direction beneficial? Nope, then don't do it. What is a beneficial option? Then do that. I say this on my other channel a lot, but it also is good for this and anybody who is trying to improve their lives. Treat your life and your life decisions as if you are a business. Treat your life and your life decisions as if you were a business. Thank you, real life. Sprinkle, sprinkle, for being a new member. Why is it so hard to overcome emotion? Because you talk too much and you tell people too much and they know how to trigger you and you react versus think. You don't pause and think. Is this emotional reaction going to be beneficial or not? You don't pause and think. You just react. When you can train yourself to pause and think and reason out what you're feeling, that's how you control them. So, for example, if somebody makes you really angry and tries to trigger you, is your response beneficial to you or not? Then change the response. You got to sit and think, is this beneficial? And if it ain't, you don't respond in that way that they tried to trigger you. You change it to make it beneficial. So, for example, if someone says, well, blah, 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 I don't like you, you're this, you're that. Instead of getting upset and screaming and crying, you just say, okay, well, thank you for sharing your opinion. I'll keep that in mind next time I think about caring. You just slayed them, made them feel stupid, made them question why they even said that to you in the first place. You are unbothered, and now you have the power, which they tried to take from you. Now you've gained theirs, you see? So, before you react, before you start to cry, before you start to doubt yourself, before you start to feel like a victim, flip the script. And that's all you need to do. Because remember, what somebody thinks of you is not fact and it's not truth. It is simply their opinion. And you can thank them for sharing it, but it's not anything that you need to be worried about. Okay? Well, thank you for being brave enough to share your opinion. I really appreciate that. Basically, you just told him you don't care, you're not bothered. And his opinion of you does not change your opinion of yourself whatsoever. Nice try, sir. Still, these bills need to be paid. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for sharing that. I'm glad that you were comfortable enough to share that with me. Thanks for your opinion. That means whatever you said, you just wasted your breath saying it because I don't care. And you've just revealed your true self. Thank you for showing me your true self and your red flags. I truly appreciate it. You're getting more out of that than a reaction. Okay? If you react in a negative way, they win. They siphon your energy. If you react in a way that lets them know that they have revealed their true selves, you win. Understand? How to be less emotional? Stop and think. Stop and think. Stop reacting. Okay? Stop and think. When you are, let's say you are trained to do something. When people train you to do something, you're not going to automatically do what you used to do before you were trained. You got to train yourself. Okay? When you're trained at something, it's automatic. Okay? When somebody tries to hit you, it's wax on, wax off. All right? It's automatic. It's like, because you are trained. You got to train yourself. That's it. Train yourself. Pause and train yourself. Every time someone tries to trigger you, stop and think. This is beneficial to me. What can I do instead to make it beneficial? Then let me go do that instead. You have to stop and train yourself. You have to train yourself. You have to be self-disciplined. You have to train yourself. You have to train yourself. You need to stop. Is this reaction going to be beneficial? No, well, then let me change my reaction. That's it. You have to stop like this and retrain your mind to do something different, to react different, to say something different, to flip the script. Y'all know how y'all always telling me, oh my gosh, you're so quick with it. You have a response for everything. But in my mind, everything is in slow motion and I can stop and flip the script. Why? Because I have trained myself not to react emotionally, but to think. And when you train yourself to do that, your thoughts get faster and faster and faster. Your neurons fire faster and faster and faster. And it's automatic once you're trained. Okay? So, just like in martial arts, if somebody throws a punch at you, it's automatic. You don't even think about it. It's just bam, reaction. The one that's beneficial. So you have to train. Got to retrain. Retrain your thinking. If you are triggered emotionally, you are controlled. Think about it that way. If someone can trigger you emotionally, if someone's actions, words, or anything can trigger you emotionally, they control you. When you train yourself to choose your emotional response, you are in control. So, women have often played the victim and used the excuse, oh, I'm an empath. Oh, I'm just emotional. Okay, well, you can train yourself. Take on the responsibility of training yourself to have beneficial results. That's all you can do. There ain't nothing else you can do. But continue to be a victim of it, or you can train yourself. How did you master this? I mastered this by not caring about what people thought. So therefore, my emotional response was not a reaction. It was more of gathering information about the other person. So instead of being upset about what someone says or what someone does, I ask myself, why did they say that? Oh, they're insecure. They're projecting. Wonderful. You know, that's their opinion. It has nothing to do with me and what I'm accomplishing and what I'm doing. Okay, well, since they want this attention and they try to trigger a reaction, let me do something that's more beneficial for me instead, and I can just get what I want from them. So I flip the whole entire script and I make it work in my favor. That's what I do. So if you can't make something work in your favor, don't even react to it at all. It's better to be neutral and say, well, thanks for sharing your opinion. That's what the youngsters call clocked. If you can't make it work in your favor, neutralize it. Well, thanks for sharing your opinion. That means I don't really care what you think. If you can't flip the script and get paid or benefit off of it, just leave it right there. Okay? But don't sit there and play the victim. Either neutralize the problem or benefit from it. That's all you need to do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How to stop taking life too serious. If you're not enjoying it, I don't know why you're taking it serious. You need to be enjoying it. All right? Enjoy life. That's what it's meant for. It's not meant to be taken too seriously. It's meant to be enjoyed. All right? It's meant to be enjoyed. If you're taking it too seriously, you're doing it wrong. Shh. Someone is making you take it too seriously, and you're missing out on the fun. Who is that? Who's making you take your life that seriously to where you can't even have fun anymore? Who's doing that to you? Am I always like that? I sure am. But I don't drink and I don't do drugs. I barely drink. I drink socially every once in a while. So I don't have a problem with not being able to control my emotions due to substances. Some of y'all do. If you have a clear mind and you can think really quickly and fast, some of them substances can affect your reactions as well. So do less. Some of y'all be just drinking and drinking wine and smoking and I'm a mess. Yes, you're a mess. Learn how to control everything through your reactions. Stop drinking too much. Stop smoking too much. You're sick and tired of doing the least for the least. My time is precious. Okay. Well, then figure out how to make money without doing too much. Very easy in this day and age. Surely is. Sometimes problems get bigger in silence. Like some people always get on your neck though you ignore it. You know what? If they don't exist, there's not a problem. If you exit them out of your life, they're not a problem anymore. If you say goodbye and don't look back, they're not a problem no more. Get rid of the person. If you can't get rid of the problem of the person, get rid of the person. That means walk away from them. That means don't be around them anymore. Okay? If you are continuously choosing to deal with the person that brings you problems, you're choosing non-beneficial. If you choose to leave someone where they are and choose yourself, you're choosing beneficial. Okay? So, if you continuously choose something that's non-beneficial, that's what you're going to continue to see. No benefits. So, choose correctly. How do you deal with toxic, patronizing bosses? I start my own business and leave the workforce behind and become a boss myself. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Whatever you do for them, you can do for yourself and make more money. Period. Sorry, but that's just the truth. Okay. It's the truth. Look, every job that I've ever had when I was younger, I could do all those things that I did at that job and make more money than clocking in and listening to somebody tell me what to do. Okay? Promise you. Think about this. Let's say your first job was fast food or working as a waitress or something. If you knew how to cook and you learned how to cook, you could literally start a cooking show online, or you could literally cook and cater for people. Way more money. You understand? If you did consulting at a firm, you can start your own business as a consultant to other firms and be a contract worker or your own whatever. You can use them little business cards, put your little website. Go to networking events, hand out your cards. You get one good client, you're rich. Done. And if you look good, you're definitely going to have more opportunities. Okay? So, work for yourself. Do a side hustle. You said, what about a nurse? Self-care companies, not self-care. Go get online and do consultations online, baby. Do you know, I know a lady who's a nurse. She makes more money talking to people online than she ever made walking around some hospital. All right? Get to it. Because a lot of people don't see options. They only see what they were given. They only see what they were told. They only see what they were programmed to see. Unprogram yourself. You can do whatever you need to do. Get your own money. Promise you. You said virtual consults. Exactly. If somebody got a rash or an itch and they be like, I don't want to go to the doctor. Oh, there's this nurse lady who can prescribe some medications and stuff. Let me go click on this Google thingy. Okay, what are your symptoms? What is it? Show me that thing. Okay. I'm write your prescription. Done. Paid. Start your own business. How to build your life in a negative minded environment. Okay, if your mind isn't negative, then your environment doesn't matter. Who's negative in it? Don't listen to them. Put your headphones on, put your earbuds in, and do what you need to do that's beneficial for you. If people keep telling you stuff, say, well, thank you for sharing your opinion, but I'm still going to do what I need to do anyway. Okay? Those are just their opinions. That's it. Opinions, not facts. Opinions. Do what you want to do. Do what's beneficial for you. Don't tell them everything. Don't ask them their opinions if you don't want them. Don't tell them all your information. Do what you do without them knowing. Okay? Sometimes you gotta lie. Where are you going? Oh, I'm just going to the movies while you're going to start you a business. Or you're going to do this. Or don't tell them nothing. Why are you going to tell them? They can't have an opinion of what they don't know about. Keep your information to yourself. If I told somebody that I was going to do something and they couldn't do it or they didn't think I could do it, they would try to plant all sorts of doubt in my mind on the cons, why I couldn't, why it's not going to work, right? So why would I even tell them if it's not beneficial to me? Why would I even tell them if it ain't beneficial to me? They don't need to know. Exactly. If it ain't beneficial, don't do it. If the conversation is not going to be beneficial, do not have it. Simple as that. If someone says, oh, so what are your goals for New Year? Oh, just to look better, to get more money and to look better. That's it. Keep it vague. They don't have to know the details. That's it. Keep everything super vague when talking to other people that are non-beneficial. Can someone cross your life and do you undo that? No, they can't, darling. Only if you believe in it. Only if you believe in it. That's it. That's the only way. All right? Thank you. Yep. Don't tell nobody what you're doing. Just do it and get it done and tell them when it's done. I literally worked a whole entire year on creating Love Potion #7 perfume. I didn't tell nobody. Maybe like, my kids knew. And look, here we are. Get it before it sells out. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's almost sold out, actually. What do you think about being a stripper? It's all about your perspective, darling. What is your perspective? What is your point of view? How you see yourself and how you benefit from that experience is totally up to you. All right? Think about it. Think about what I just told you. You know that movie From Dusk Till Dawn, where Selma Hayek was a stripper, but she was also a vampire and the goddess of all them vampires or whatever? It's all about your perspective. Look at yourself from a different perspective, and you can do whatever you need to do. You said vampire high priestess. Yeah, then go with that vibe, baby, and get their money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Know thyself. You love that movie? Thank you. So, alchemize, doing whatever you need to do in order to benefit mentally, spiritually, and physically through money. Anyone that can embody any type of goddess is always going to win. Why do you think the patriarchy tried to hijack the divine feminine energy and turn it into whatever they tried to turn it into? It doesn't work. What is your opinion on women who work in nightlife? My opinion doesn't matter. Their perspective of themselves is all that matters. My opinion about a bottle girl or a stripper or whatever does not matter. It's just my opinion. Their perspective of themselves is all that matters. They are the main characters of their lives. How they see themselves, how they react to things, how they benefit from each decision and situation is up to them. Now, I see people making dumb decisions. But that's not my perspective. That's not my lesson to learn. What I can tell anyone, what advice I can give anyone, is to not care about other people's opinions, but to create your own perspective and your own ways to benefit from any situation that you're in and own it. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah. Because if you were to take a person and place them in a situation based on what they know, everything's going to be different. Based of how they think about themselves and the perspective that they have of themselves, it's going to be different. So before you do anything, make sure your perspective is a powerful one. Come from a place of power, not of weakness. Come from a place of power, not of weakness. Come from a place of abundance and not lack. Okay? Sprinkle, spray. Yeah. You want to know? That's how you do it. You gonna do something? Do it from the correct perspective. What do I consider a done decision? A non-beneficial one. Now that's done. If it ain't beneficial, what is it? Stupid, dumb, moving backwards. That's a done decision if it's not beneficial. Right. In my opinion. But you know. So you can take this to religion, like staying on the narrow path, not being distracted by evil. Or no, I don't like to look at it from that perspective. It's too negative. If it ain't beneficial, don't do it. That leaves you a lot more freedom and ways to enjoy life. You said perspective of power. Thanks. I will be using this. Yes, ma'am. Oh, Quincy. All right. Thank you, Quincy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Never consider yourself stuck or you will be. That's number one. If it ain't beneficial, don't claim it. Never stuck, darling. You just haven't moved forward. Move forward. Move in a direction that's beneficial. Forge a new path. Understand? You're following something. If you consider yourself stuck, forge a new path. That's beneficial. Okay. Y'all know when y'all stuck on the freeway and everybody's stuck and there's a little path on the little median or the little grass path to get off. Somebody did that. They didn't get stuck in traffic, baby. They said, I got to go. Boom. And they left. They forged a new path. That was beneficial. So you too can forge a new path. If you don't see a way to forge a new path, keep going until you do. That's literally it. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Shout out to SHERA for sharing her time and knowledge and hands. Thank you, Gara. You would pay me $100,000, okay, to give you a successful protection and money spell. No caps. Okay, well, here go my cash app, girl. I don't know how I'm gonna explain it to the IRS, but go ahead. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, I'm just joking, y'all. How to change your perspective permanently and not be brought down by negative emotions by changing the way you think. By changing the way you think. Okay? So, you know how all those people, when they go to prison, they be like all of a sudden turning religious and they're like, oh, I can change. As soon as they get back out, they're back to the same old, same old. But in order to survive and make sense and reason that they have changed as a person, they have to do that. Okay? The best way to change something or a mindset is to find something more beneficial that works for you. and you'll never go backwards. It's like lifestyle. If you've leveled up in your lifestyle, you're not going to go back to being broke. You just ain't going to do it. You're going to find a way to maintain the same thing. You have to level up your thinking. It's just like you have leveled up your lifestyle, you don't go backwards. Miss Shera has taught me you are the prize in every life. You get what you want and what you believe is your worth. Engrave that in your DNA strands. Okay, yes, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Coco. Boosh. Yes, we determine our own value, our own worth, our own path. So, it's like lifestyle. You can't go backwards, darling. You either have to level up. You ain't going backwards. You're just not. It's not. You're going to find a way. Okay? So how do you reprogram your nervous system as if it's attached heavily to your subconscious and your soul? Get in some water. Float. Get in a pool. Float around. Okay? Listen to water sounds. Water represents your emotions. Float on it. Be above them. Symbolism. Okay. Now let me break this down to you. I gotta go in a few minutes, but I'm gonna leave y'all with this. In religion, they say Jesus walked on top of some water. That means he was over his emotions. He was all over his emotions. When that dude was sinking in the water, he was all up in his emotions. He was sinking, he was drowning. Stay above the water. Now, that old spiritual that slaves used to sing, "Wade in the water," that was a terrible curse. Wade in the water. Stay in your emotions. Don't get over the past. God's gonna trouble the water. Okay. Well, no wonder people can't get out of their negative thinking. They keep singing that song over and over and over and over. Walking on water. Lupe Fiasco. Waves. Yeah. We're not wading in the water. We're going to float. You're going to swim. You're going to wade. You're going to float. You're going to walk. You're going to stay above it. You're going to be in control of it. You're going to calm the seas. You see, religion is all about symbolism. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff that y'all think it does. It's all completely symbolism. Now, if you understand that, you understand it. You don't, you don't. Okay. You say you hate that song? It's creepy curse. Yes, it is. Be careful what you're saying. Water is emotion as well. Water is symbolic of your emotions. Most people who are emotional are stuck in their past memories or future anxiety that doesn't even exist. Yeah. Don't do it. Now you're asking, how can a person escape that? By controlling it and training yourself to. Yo, provider 73. Okay, not for this channel, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm not answering questions on this channel for the other channel. That's why I don't come over here. All right. Thank you, girl. You need to read the screen, baby. But thank you. I appreciate you. Nevertheless, appreciate you. Or you already know what to do. Do what's beneficial. Thank you, Shera. A person born on the what? I don't know, baby. Just get your money and do what's beneficial. Don't limit yourself with numbers and dates. Just like words are limiting, so it's a lot of other stuff. Stop limiting yourself. Stop living with limits. and create what you want. Think of all the stuff that you limit yourself with as a maze. You got to go this way, this way. You can't go any way you want. You can't cut through the field. You got to go in the path of the maze. Maze Runner. Y'all know that movie? Think of yourself as able to create any path you want. Why would you choose the maze? Think about it. When someone gives you an option and a choice, they've taken away every other option and choice. If someone says, choose the red or the blue pill, and you choose one, you have taken away every other choice. That's why, in the end of that Matrix movie, the first one, when Neo stopped the bullet with his hand, he regained his power from the initial choice he made. He became limitless. Stop making choices. If somebody gives you two options, take both and take all the choices with it. You don't fall for the okie doke, ever. If I said, do you want $1 or $2? I'm going to say, I'm going to take both. I'm going to have 3 and I'm going to get the rest too. And I'm going to get some more money over there too. You don't take the option. You make the option. There's choices you make and there's choices you take. Who's laughing, babe? That's Michael Jackson. There's a choice that you make and a choice you must take. That's that song, Leave Me Alone. That means don't take no choice. Make your own path. Don't do it. That's why when somebody asks me something, they try to give me 2 options, I'm saying both and some more. Period. You're not going to limit me. I'm going to take it all. See, people will trick you. That is confusion. That right there is confusion. Just like when y'all go to the polls to vote for the candidates, they give you a couple of candidates, and you got to choose one to lead you. I'm not choosing nobody. I'm leading myself. Period. That's my cue. I don't need to vote for nobody. I already voted for myself every day when I get up in the morning and do what I want. All right? No matter who's in the White House, I'm still going to do what I need to do. Period. So, stop making choices and create your own path. Stop letting people tell you you only have 2 options when you have infinite possibilities. All right? Stop letting people tell you who you are and show them who you are. All right, I gotta go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate you guys. I'll try to come back on this channel. And y'all act right. Y'all been doing pretty good. There was a few little mishaps, but y'all was good. I appreciate you. Only had like 2, maybe 3 people asking the wrong questions on the wrong channel, but that was pretty good. Toodles. So Bree says, B says toodles. Deluxe. Toodles. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. Anyway, yes, it's time for me to go. But at least I came on here, right? I appreciate everybody who sent super chats, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.